saying, I'm going to start out and talk about websites, because even though we are in the age of Alexa and Instagram and everything else, having a website is still super, super important for a business, because in fact, studies show more than 50% of consumers don't actually trust businesses that don't have a website. Because what happens often, whether you meet somebody in person, you see an ad on TV, or however you come across the business, chances are the first thing you're going to do is go Google it and figure out, can you see this business? Is it legitimate? Does it match what it says it is? And so even though a lot of attention and getting out there is done through social media or advertisements, having that anchor is still really important. And I also tell you, with all the crazy stuff that goes on with social media and the way they change things and flip things and do things without you, the great thing about a website is it is something you totally own. Nobody else can control it. Mark Zuckerberg can't change anything and flip the rug out from under you. And so having that anchor is still super, super important. Now, that said, just having a website is not really enough, because I'm also going to tell you that the average person is going to give you all of 6 seconds to look at the website and make an entire judgment on your business credibility. And they do that more than anything, because that's not a lot of attention. That you might see things out there saying, we have the attention span of a goldfish. Goldfish actually has an 8-second attention span. We have less. So what you're seeing is often when you land at a website, it's that first big image in that sentence. That is the most important business decision you're going to make, almost about your whole business, because people are going to decide if they're going to stay with you, if they're even going to scroll farther based on that one thing. I will tell you that a lot of mistakes that entrepreneurs make is they feel like they have to put themselves out first. When we're starting a new business, whether you're a consultant, whether you're selling something, you want to put what makes you special, because in some of it's not even ego. It's you feel like you have to put your credentials out there and be impressive so that somebody cares about you. The cold hard truth is nobody cares about you, and they're not until you can show them that you can help them in some ways. So when you're building a website, even when you're on social media, when you're doing anything else, you have to really think about your customer. That means you have to know who you're talking to, and you have to know what they want. I was talking to a client the other day about something, and his comment was, if a company sells drill bits, nobody says, my problem is I need a 1/4-inch drill bit. What they need is a 1/4-inch hole. Now, maybe your drill bit can help them make that hole and give them what you want. But at the end of the day, you have to really think about what your customers want and do your best to make that information about them. So when you're thinking about the website, think about your customers, think about what they need, and then think about what you want them to do on the website. Maybe you just want them to come to the website and say, yep, you're legit, you're cool, I'm happy working with you. That's not a bad thing. I talk to a lot of clients and they say that's all they want out of a website, that most of the time they're making their connections in person, they're getting referrals. So really, they just need their website to be more or less an online brochure that somebody can come and say, yep, this is the right person, I'm cool with this. Other people want to do so much more. Other people want to rank on Google. They want to collect leads. They want people to sign up for webinars. And Amanda's course, she wants people to sign up for an online course. So there's a lot of different ways. Some people want you to fill out a request from quotes, right? There's lots of different things that you could want out of your website. And so you have to think, once somebody's on there, what do you want them to do? And then you have to make it really easy for them to do. Like, say you want them to watch a webinar. Do they have to click 3 different places to get to that form, to find that webinar? If so, that's what we call a bad user experience, because you're going to lose about 50% of people every time you make them click. So that comes into saying, okay, the top thing I want people to know is in my top screen. And then the top thing I want people to do is the next step. So when you're thinking websites, think through how is it actually going to help your business? Now, I will tell you, beyond just marketing, websites are really super cool, especially when you have limited time, because I use my website. I have people e-sign agreements. I have people pay their invoices. I have people schedule their calendars for it. Some of my clients have online courses. They have client portals. They have all kinds of different things. So a website can actually do a lot for you. But one of the things I also hear is, one, people have no idea websites can do all this great stuff and help essentially make your business more efficient because it does it for you. But what I hear from so many people is, oh, somebody built this website and it's not doing what I want it to do. Sometimes that's because they don't even know the questions to ask, or they don't know what to think about what they want out of it. And so the first thing that I ask clients to do is one, I say, what's your goals and what do you want people to know? But then I say, well, what websites have you seen that are really great? And sometimes it's in your industry. Sometimes it's, you went and bought a purse or shoes somewhere and, something about that website was really great. Maybe it's Amazon because you like the way that customers can put their referrals and you can show a verified customer. Whatever it is, think through, what do you need in your website? What other things have you found that could be really helpful? And then talk to the person about doing it for you. Now, I say talk to a person. If you are a super duper web developer and you can do things yourself, go for it. There's a lot of platforms out there that are a lot more DIY. That said, I'm going to remind you, you have 5 seconds to make an opinion. And so if you have to decide where to spend the money, I would hire a designer to even just help you kind of find that first image to go through. And I'll tell you, you can find people any price point at the route. There's, you go on Fiverr and you can pay somebody $20 to write something. Now there's going to be some, you get what you pay for, right? But there's also, it doesn't have to be extensive. A lot of the things is that one-page websites are really, really trendy right now. But still, even when you're doing that first website, don't feel like you have to have 10 pages, right? If you can have one really nicely, clean, professionally designed page that gives an overview of what your business is all about, that's going to actually take you far, because then you can go out to social media. You can do some email marketing and you can start driving people back to your website. Showcase, hey, I'm valid. This is my product. This is whatever. You're going to hear a lot of controversy about how Amazon treats small business owners badly. And quite frankly, if you get successful enough, Amazon's going to give a knockoff of a product and sell it and put you out of business. That kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
However, that being said, Amazon is, the giant. It's where everybody is. And so especially as you have new products and you're trying to get your clients, create a sales platform on Amazon, because even if you have one product, you can be a seller on Amazon and you can get it up to desktop. So these days, more than 50% of website traffic is coming on mobile. And so a lot of people have switched to what they call mobile first design, meaning that they're going to plan out their website on how it appears on a mobile phone rather than a computer screen, right? And I will tell you, we probably build 15 or 20 websites a year, but I also spent yesterday poking around web design trends because I want to I do this all the time and I want to keep up with what the trends are, because what were trends 2 years ago even are not always going to be the trends. And so y'all don't know, it's hard to do this when you don't know, but you can go and Google if you're planning a website and say 2022 website design trends and see what you come up with. And there will be a bunch and you see what resonates with you and figure it out. But I'll also comment on the vast divide, right? Of ages and some of these, when you've got a wide variety of an audience, you want to make things as simple as possible. Truthfully, especially when you rank on Google, like when you rank on Google and you want to do that, Google uses something called a Fleisch reading assessment. Essentially, that gives you a grade of how easy your website is to read. And what they judge it on is 5th grade reading capacity. Part of that is to play to, I don't want to say the lowest common denominator, but to play to equalize the playing field, to talk to people without a lot of jargon, without long sentences. But the other thing is that studies have shown most people don't sit and truly read a website. They skim. And this is especially true on your mobile phone, because if you think, when are you looking at websites on your phone? You're in front of the TV, you're waiting for your friend to join you at a restaurant, you're in the supermarket line, whatever, like you probably have half of a mind on it and that. And so you're skimming through and you're reading headlines and bullets. So pages packed with text aren't really that helpful because it's hard to comprehend. So one of those things is the ease of accessibility, is making it super simple to read, doing bullets and doing short sentences so that somebody can skim and still get the idea. Now, there are going to be people like my father who actually wrote away for the iPhone manual, which by the way is 700 pages, and he read every single one of it. And so it's good to have, additional pages or sub pages where people that do want those details can find them. But especially on your homepage, start out with the big concepts, the big things, and make it super, super easy to do. For instance, let's say I wanted to place an ad on my email marketing services. If I just send them to the homepage, they may not actually know where the email marketing service is. And you say, well, that's a weird experience. You talked about email marketing on Facebook, and then I click this link and I just see digital marketing, right? So you want to send them specifically to the landing page that they sent to. And there's usually landing pages are very action oriented, meaning I told you earlier that every time somebody clicks on a link, you lose them. So a lot of the landing pages is they're very short and to the point, because you want them to take an action, be it sign up for an ebook, sign up for a consultation. Most people are not going to directly buy when they go straight from an ad of any port to there. So a lot of what Greg is talking about is called a sales funnel. It means it's a small conversion. Usually it's something like downloading an ebook, signing up for a webinar. It's something that you collect their email for, so that then you can follow up and create a relationship with them. So we call it a mini conversion because it's not costing them anything, but it gives you the opportunity to talk to them more. We call this nurturing a lead. So what we do with a landing page is, the first thing first is you want it to mimic something that you're talking about in the ad. So you want to see similar imagery and definitely the same type of words that they say, so that they know they're in the same place. Then I would do a short, and when I say short, 2 to 3 sentences on what's in it for them. Why is this so important? Whatever it is you're offering, the ebook, the consult, the whatever. Have a few bullets, have an image, and then have a testimonial. This is actually really a big thing, because a lot of people put together a testimonial page on their website, but I've been looking at analytics for 13 years, and I will tell you almost nobody visits the analytics page, or excuse me, the testimonials page. However, when you sprinkle them throughout your website, and especially when you put it right before the button, the action that you're doing, it is the subliminal message that says, hey, there's street cred for this business. This person knows their stuff. And it makes you feel better about giving them your email address or signing up for them. So I would definitely include it. Like, that's something that a lot of landing pages lack, is a testimonial, but something that gives your social proof to show that. So quite frankly, I mean, landing pages can be 150 words. They can be short and quick and simple, but there is this, what I'm going to call the Tony Robbins approach to thing. I call it selling the dream. You've been on the websites that they're like, you have to scroll down 15 things and they sell this. I've been at the bottom of the barrel, but I did this and I pulled myself up from my bootstraps. And there is a definite theory of thought that the longer the landing page, the better, and you're going to get people. But again, let's think about our attention span. And